Boogaloo, a revamped WrestleRoni for me and for you, kicking it off big with the president. Phil Stamper's in the house. How you feeling, Phil Stamper?
I'm doing great. How are you, sir?
Man, we're going to do it up, Phil. We're switching things up. We're evolving the podcast, and this is the first step. So I thought, why not kick it off with Phil Stamper? I thought that was a pretty good idea.
Step number one.
Hey, man, it's exciting times. The Roni's back. We're right around the corner from WrestleMania week, WrestleMania weekend, whatever you want to call it. I know you're on top of it because you put out another huge calendar of events. I don't know how you do it. What are you seeing coming up ahead of us, Phil?
Oh, my gosh. There are so many events, and I just put up an update to the calendar yesterday, and I got at least one thing I have to fix and another event to add.
I believe it.
It doesn't stop. And I think there's probably going to be events that I don't know about yet that's on no one's radar. They're going to be like, oh, yeah, by the way, this event's totally running.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, I scour the internet for these events. Of course, I don't have them just natively in my brain. I've gone through every event I can find in Nevada to see if there's anything else that those promotions are running. And then there's websites like Voices of Wrestling that also keep a good schedule of a lot of them. Well, when I go to their sites, they're different times and days for some of them than what I've seen before and what Voices of Wrestling has. So it's like it just keeps constantly changing. And Voices might have also been a little bit more open to what they consider to be wrestling.
Okay.
Like
Good
there's some other fun activities you can do on the strip.
Okay. So we're getting the custom matches, huh? We're going to the custom events.
Right.
Hell yeah, man. I get it. Dude, I've been working on a compilation for the past 4 days. I made a compilation of 100 wrestling matches just from the past month, probably 2 weeks, honestly, just whatever was on YouTube. And like you said, what people consider wrestling, I'm like, wait, this looked like wrestling, but this is backyard wrestling. They got me. They had tights and everything.
Yeah. I've seen that. I've seen that a couple of times, and it almost gets me. It almost every time. I think, and I'm sure there's been an event here or there that has slid through. And one of the challenges with the indie calendar that I've had is I won't out them. I'll just state the scenario is so there are promotions that almost everybody on their roster is untrained, and they book like 2 legitimate indie people with legitimate experience, and it's like, okay, do those 2 people validate everything they're doing?
I understand.
Or not? And it's like they think they're doing everything just fine. They're this tremendous independent event, and some of them, because all of these guys who are in there who like see that, oh yeah, we can get away with it, we can do it, put up flyers around their town, and suddenly they have 800 people who show up who are like, yeah, wrestling rocks, even though they're the worst wrestlers ever. And then they all get a big ego, and they're like, I'm too big for this now. And then all of a sudden they get 150 people in their crowd. They don't understand why they lost 800 people.
A lot of people would kill for 150 people. That ain't a bad number, honestly.
Right, that's true too.
You know, so
I'm being generous saying 150.
I understand. Meaning, 5.
Right. Because at the same time, there were, and again, because I do the calendar, I have to like look up when events are. So I go to people's pages like, okay, this company doesn't have an event this weekend. Okay, next company. And then all of a sudden I see a post a week later. Oh yeah, here's pictures from our event last weekend. But you didn't have any advertising for it. Okay. And I go and I'm like, oh, I see why you didn't, because you have 4 people in your crowd.
Okay. Don't flaunt that.
But everybody on the event's legitimate.
Strange times. How about the flip side of the coin? If anybody's in the know on the Revolver, tell me what's been going on, what's coming down the pike, what's happening in Revolver land.
So as the executive vice president of Revolver, there's a lot. We are driving to probably have about 24 events this year.
Nice.
So we have 3 events that we've announced that are upcoming, and I know of a lot more. And that's one of the things that killed me, that people don't know about the world of wrestling, is all the plans you know about that nobody else knows yet. And you're like, I can't talk about it. Or like you had a plan and then it didn't go the way you wanted. It's like, well, we're doing this instead, and we're gonna sell it like it's the best thing ever, even though, and so like that happens so much in just wrestling. This isn't a Revolver specific thing, but with Revolver, having these 3 big events come up. We just did Chicago last weekend, and the main event was supposed to be Myron Reed versus BDE of the Vibe guys. And
Mhm.
and Brandon sprained his had a deep sprain in his ankle from training the 2 nights before the event.
Ooh.
Things happen, and you have to pivot and you have to adjust. And we got a hell of a match with Myron Reed and Rich Swann that night.
Oh, I'm sure.
And so now we're aiming for May 17th. BDE is already feeling better. So it'll be in Dayton, Ohio. The main event's going to be BDE versus Myron Reed for the Revolver Championship.
Nice. Rock and roll.
Let's see. That's Dayton, Ohio. May 31st is Revolver Unreal. And this is karma kicking me in the butt because every once in a while you see a company that's like, oh, we've had to cancel because the venue double booked. And you're like, no, did they really? Our venue double booked?
No, okay.
They had a craft fair. And it's like, really?
Yeah, come on.
So they offered us a good deal to move the date. So we accepted. And so we've now moved what was going to be this coming Saturday to May 31st in Richmond, Indiana.
Okay.
Waiting to see, because now we have to reconfirm everybody again. So, but I believe Macabre is set to be there. Rich Swann is set to be there. Myron Reed and Killer Kelly are set to be there. So already we're building up what's going to happen on that event. We just haven't fully announced it yet. And then on June 14th is Cage of Horrors in Clive, Iowa. This is an annual event for us. It's a big event. It's going to be Matt Palmer versus Rich Swann. These two have come to blows. They had a very, very vicious street fight that ended with Palmer, I think, just bare hand choking Rich Swann out. And so now it's in a cage, and our cage is not like a traditional like, oh, here's a 4x4 sided cage. It's like parts of cage and barbed wire, and there's stuff just all around. And so it's going to be mayhem and chaos, and Palmer and Rich Swann together. It's going to be insane, and I'm here for it.
Oh, man. Yeah, those Cage of Horrors matches are always a highlight of the Revolver calendar. Can't wait. It's crazy. We're heading into Mania Week. The first time I ever saw Revolver was probably Mania Week 7 years ago or something, when they was doing the pile drivers and pancakes deal. And just when I saw that card on Fight, I was like, I have to buy this. Like, every cool wrestler's on this, and look at these gimmick matches. Can you remember that far back, going back to those Mania weekends, or was you with the company then? Or
I mean, oh yeah, I've been with the company since the beginning. So I remember all the pancakes and pile driver events. And depending on which year specifically you might be talking about. So the very first year, like, we had pancakes because it was a morning event. So it was Saturday morning of WrestleMania weekend. This is before Mania was a two-day event. So it's Saturday, it's like 10 or 11 a.m. We're serving pancakes with the event. The next year, the venue, this was in New Orleans, wouldn't let us serve syrup with the pancakes. So we could serve and cook all the pancakes we wanted. We just couldn't have syrup. It's like, really? We're on a cement floor. Like, we're not going to harm your, like, nice venue hardwood or carpet. Like, what? We could only serve the pancakes with no syrup. I'm like, this sucks. And booted that venue. And then we go to Manhattan, and they were like, I remember cartoons when I was a kid that would talk about, like, in a negative light, some of the unions and stuff.
Okay.
And I've experienced unions. My brother's a Teamster. Like, I'm like, yeah, unions. But in New York City, it was very much like, oh, did you not know this costs you money? Did you not know that? And so we couldn't make our own pancakes. We were like, well, what if we have you hotel make the pancakes? Well, and people can buy them from you if you're not going to let us have them. Okay. Oh no, you must pre-order them, and they're $18 a plate.
Oh wow.
We and I think that show had like near 1,500 people, so it's like we can't do that.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, everybody. So we bought we couldn't find pancake costumes. We found waffle costumes, and the Rascals came out dressed as waffles.
I remember. Okay, I remember that one. I remember watching that one, and that's hey, you made it work.
And then pandemic, and so we have not had another pancakes and pile drivers since the pandemic happened. But we've thought it. We've talked about it. We teased it last year. We did do a Mania weekend event, but it wasn't a pancakes show. This year we're not going to Vegas, so we don't have an event out there this weekend. But we're already talking about what we're going to do for next year.
Cool, good.
Because they've announced New Orleans, so like we're like, can we go back? And the building that wouldn't let us in wouldn't let us have syrup. They're done. Their building's being bulldozed over, so we can't go back.
Dead.
Right. So now we have to find another venue.
There's venues.
Right. I'm saying it's karma because they wouldn't let us have syrup.
Yep. Wrestling gods look out. I see it happen every day. Promise you. Speaking of chaos and insanity, Phil, that reminds me, we have more guests to come. A Royal Rumble, the podcast. Only I know the lineup. We're adding somebody every 10 minutes. Let's see if I can figure out how to use StreamYard. And let's hope our guest knows how to use StreamYard and we can add them. Are they there? They're there even. How cool. Check it out. I got DD Vice, one half of the VCW Tag Champs.
I didn't know DD was going to be here. Hey, buddy.
I got surprises.
How's it going?
Uh-oh. I'm doing well.
Am I cutting out?
You still got that DD Vice internet, I see. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
See? Well, it happens. It happens with DD. I was expecting this.
He's probably borrowing it from the neighbors. It's fine.
Yeah.
And StreamYard loves its bandwidth. StreamYard just loves to like suck in all the bandwidth it can.
Does it? That's right, baby.
Where's it at?
The Roni's back. This is how we do it.
Hey, we're live, pal.
Well, we're not. I could edit it if I choose to. Now for our clip of the week. I was thinking about doing a clip of the week. Here's clip of the week.
New Jack's back to his feet.
What's Crazy Jack doing?
Crazy Jack.
Look at the way, the crazy look he's giving Nate McLean, man.
Oh, what? I think.
Joey, what's going on? What was that, Joey?
Oh my goodness. Something black and ominous is coming out of the body of Nate McLean. Nate McLean is spitting up poisonous blood.
And Joey, is your nose bleeding, Joey?
My nose is bleeding. Thank you to Bonk for the tissue.
What kind of damage? Oh my God. What the hell is that you? Yeah, what's going on here? Look, guys, put something on me.
What'd you think of that clip of the week, DD? That was crazy, wasn't it?
Which one?
That guy and that other guy, that was wild, huh?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What we're talking about? I don't think.
I don't either. Just sell it, brother.
That guy.
That guy.
That guy we're all a fan of. How's things, DD Vice? I'm glad you're with us.
Busy, bro. This is.
I'd say
all of my bookings last month got canceled last minute, so I had an impromptu month off from wrestling, and my body is feeling it. So, but I got the next 4 weekends that I know of. Yeah, this weekend we have Neo Pro. Next weekend we're going to Philly. The next weekend's the Haas tournament. And then the next weekend is Negative Outlook.
What do you got in Philly?
Yeah.
So, fun story about this place we're going to in Philly. We originally went up the first time and worked in Camden, New Jersey. Okay. And if you've ever been to Camden, New Jersey, a 3-star hotel is a trap house. But we worked for this dude that claimed he was New Jack's cousin, and he's a tax time promoter, or has been at least since I've been around. He'll come in, he'll run 2 shows beginning, middle of the year, and then claims he's going to run again, and you don't hear from him for 2 years. So he hit us up. He wants to bring us back in. We gave him a number. He said sure. So we're headed to Philly next weekend, as long as the check's clear.
Very cool.
And Talk about crazy promoters. What is Neo Pro thinking? Letting y'all have a fans bring the weapons match? I know y'all's going to bring some weapons.
I mean, Marcus carries a box of them everywhere he goes, just in case. They told us no rules, so I'm about to see how true that really is.
That's going down later today. You're tagging with Uncle Wilbur.
That's tomorrow.
But today is tomorrow.
Today is tomorrow. Yes.
You know how we do. You know how we do.
I've never been on TV before.
It's like you never done the podcast before. I even made a banner that's going to go across the screen. Wait till you see.
Ooh, shit.
You're going to be like, Lou ain't fucking. See, look at that. See?
Look at
it's happening today, DD. It's going on in Canton.
There it is.
Triple Extreme. I'm on it, brother. What do you think of that? What do you think of that, Phil? It's going down Neo Pro.
It's at the Diamond Royale, which is a high class strip club in Canton, Ohio.
And the guys you're facing.
We were all paused there for a moment.
We thought about it. We was in deep thought about it. Who you locking up with? I don't have it in front of me.
So originally it was supposed to be Cash Inc. and Izzy Lambert. Izzy Lambert's making his big return after he broke his arm.
Nice.
But apparently one of the dudes from Cash Inc. got his face busted and he can't wrestle. I don't know. But apparently it's us and Uncle Wilbur versus the Wise Guys and Izzy Lambert.
Oh, even better in my book.
Even
the Wise
better.
Guys. Oh, Tommy Irish and
Tommy Hamilton.
Tommy Hamilton, huh? Okay. Fair enough. Rock and roll. Well, it sounds like you're going to have your hands full, DD Vice.
Oh, I'm excited. I've been excited for this one for a while. And then when we found out it was Tommy and Gino, I got even more excited.
And I hear when you head up to Philly, you're going to face some guys you've had a run in before. I guess you faced these guys in Camden. Do you want to tell me about the last match?
So it was a shit show.
Okay.
First of all, they had live commentary, which I absolutely can't stand. And it's just this dude with a microphone just running around the ring. And we're supposed to be babyface, and I'm just like, dude, shut the fuck up. And he just kept getting our name wrong, and it was fucking annoying. And then the dudes that we were working with, one of them was the promoter. It was him and another guy. And the other guy got mad because Mark chopped him too hard. And then the other guy just he kept tapping me in the balls. So every time he'd do it, I'd tater him in the face. And they were getting mad because they said we were being stiff. And then whenever they tried to give us receipts, we were too dumb to realize that we were getting receipts. We were working.
Right.
But this time we're taking Cody Gray and Muscles with us. JD Gatton.
Funny you mention him. Maybe he'll join us later and tell us about it.
We're taking the big boys.
I like it. That's quite the crew. I'm excited to see it. And Dee, we have not mentioned it's going to be on Thriller TV. If you got the Thriller Plus subscription, the $8.
It's going to be on Triller. That's the only promoting this dude's done for this show. I have no idea where the venue is. I don't know what time the show starts. But I do know that there's a link to Triller, so if I want to watch it, I can.
There you go. Hell yeah. And if you don't want to pay for it, I'll screen capture it for you and send you the link, brother. I got you.
I would appreciate that.
Yeah, not like we haven't been through this process before. I got you. Well, Phil, you're taking it all in. What do you think? What do you think about these upcoming matches and promoters doing live commentary at shows? And out of all that, what do you make of it?
So I'm in the camp of typically please don't do live commentary to your crowd. Just don't. The last event where I was asked to do commentary to a live crowd, he didn't record any of it. Didn't record any of the commentary at all. So in the background of the crowd noise, you would hear.
I've seen those videos.
Yeah. And the only time it's ever worked was I don't know if you've ever heard of Kaiju Pro Wrestling.
Yes.
or Kaiju Big Battle. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Okay.
I was asked to do commentary one time for them, and at first I was like, man, I'm bummed I'm not going to be like one of the wrestlers. And I had the most fun I've ever had at a wrestling event
I'm
being a
sure.
commentator, and it was live. There's standing room only. There's no seats at all for anybody. And so
Mhm.
like I'm on commentary on one side of the crowd. I have no idea where the other person on commentary is on the other side of the room. And we're just like calling action. I'm like, this is chaos, and I'm here for it.
And you're calling monsters smashing buildings and
You're
stuff,
right.
you know?
Right. And like I know looking at these suits, like the wrestlers inside them can't see anything.
That's half the fun, yeah.
Oh, and it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
They just had one of those here, like a couple. They're having one, or they just had one. I saw it on Facebook.
Yeah, I think they are.
Like
I
that
think
one.
one's coming up because I'd actually gave Marcus Kaiju Big Battle DVD for his birthday. He liked it, and I know one of their shows were coming up, so I sent him a flyer. I think he's going to go check it out. So he says.
It's definitely something I would like to do.
Oh,
eventually.
for sure. That's right up my alley.
Looks like they have May 3rd
Okay.
in Pittsburgh at the Buy-In Theater in Pittsburgh, and then June 28th at the Monster Factory in New Jersey.
That's why he's the president, by God. Indie wrestling, boom, snapped your fingers. He had the dates, venues. The promoters don't even know. Phil knows.
I wonder sometimes.
Man, some of the stuff I've seen the past few weeks on social media, I'll be wondering too. And that's not one specific, that's a bunch of like, what?
Right.
Woo! I think we got other guests. Woo! Woo-wee. We're gonna have musical guests. I'm telling you, we're evolving this thing. So I was looking, my musical guests hit me up. So we will have music one way or the other. Hell yeah. Let's see if we got another guest waiting in the green room, shall we? Do we? We don't, so
Okay.
we're gonna go back to us. I don't know if
I do have Wrestle Party on this tomorrow.
Okay.
So on Sunday in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Tim Donst has started his own company. So
okay.
His first event is going to be on Sunday. So really excited to be a part of his first event. Really excited for him. I've helped him with some of the production elements. If I had a knee that would work, I'd probably be in action. And so I'm going to be doing commentary on this show.
Nice.
So looking forward to that. It's gonna be fun. Let's see. The main events are Tim Donst versus Ultra Mantis Black.
Nice.
And Drew Gulak versus Lucky 13.
Ooh, okay. Ooh. Some wild matches.
Taking it back to like 2013.
Right.
Heck
it feels like a little classic Chikara.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Well, the podcast hasn't been around in the past month. What in the past month, fellas? What have you seen? Whether it's on TV and independent wrestling. I'll start with you, Dee. What have you seen that you liked? What have you seen that you hated?
Honestly, like this is the first time. And are we talking like any wrestling? Like
any? Yeah,
dude, this is the first time and probably ever that I've ever been invested in a John Cena storyline.
Right.
Like
maybe ever. Yeah.
I've never been a John Cena guy. Like, I'll give him his props. Like, obviously he knows what he's doing to be that big, but like, I've never cared.
Right.
Until right now.
Same. I was a hater.
He just never did it for me. But like, this is, and it's because it's not the heel turn that everybody thought it was going to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's Cody. Cody gets that big angle forever, till the end of time. He gets that NWO angle, So I'm all about it. Phil, what have you liked? What have you?
I like a lot of the stuff that like Strick and Hangman Adam Page have done, like the next sort of evolution of what they're doing.
The trying to make up and
right. Plus all the head smacking a Ricochet. Like,
yeah,
I don't like the bald shaming. But then again, Mark Briscoe chimed in and he's basically bald. So hey,
yeah, right. That pay-per-view though, man, I dozed off so many times, too many matches. And I never thought, like, I'm strapped in for WrestleMania. I read, I guess both nights are going to be 9 hours. The coverage, the pre-show will start at 4, end at 1 a.m. after the post-show. I can do Mania. I can watch the post-show even. I'm that much of a nerd. But I don't know, AEW just, that was just too much. Is it just me? Did you guys like the pay-per-view? Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it.
No? Well.
I was at another event, so unfortunately I didn't get a chance to watch it.
No.
I come and go on AEW. Like
Me too,
there's
yeah.
people I like to watch, but to sit and watch like a full show, I can't do it.
Yeah. And they pulled that big swerve at the end of the night where everybody thought Swerve was going to win, and the Young Bucks cost Mox the match. People were pissed. So, oh well. At least it's Mania season. WWE, they're cooking. So good. Let's see if our guests.
This is the first time I've been invested in WWE in like a while.
Yeah, I mean they're
like
cooking.
Period.
Well, you're going to be invested. And your boy, Gen Z, fresh off of 880 again last night.
Baby. You already know.
Everywhere. Where are you at now?
I'm at home. Home.
I can't keep up with
just
you.
got back from Pittsburgh about 2-3 hours ago.
How was that for y'all? I watched it, but give me a little bit more detail.
Oh, dude, it was lit. I love Pittsburgh. It's a beautiful city. The fans are into it. You know, the roster's great. Bunch of great people, man. Bunch of great people. And I'm glad that I can take my friends, the guys that I'm on the road with all the time, to cool places like this, and then get to wrestle these new guys along with some of my friends that I get to take with me. So it's always a great experience up at 880.
Y'all out there representing West Virginia youth movement.
You already know.
Oh, dude.
You already know.
Just first match, who was it? It was Tyler Jacks. Then the next match, it was Offie. Then Z's, like 3 matches back to back on Thursday Night Fights. Y'all representing. I see you're the BGW Warfare champion still. How's
you
that
already know
for you? Okay.
Oh, it's going great. It's going great. And I've only had to defend it one time. Look at that. But
I feel that.
I get to defend it in 2 weeks against Tyler Rossfield. So that'll be a challenge for sure.
Be a good one. That's interesting. You guys are fighting in a coal mine match, right?
So I don't think we're in a coal mine match. I know they're doing like a coal miner's glove match.
Oh, are they? See, I was being an asshole because it's called like Mine Wars or something.
Yeah, they're doing a coal miner's glove match for the main event.
Oh, well, okay.
I think ours is just a normal title match. It'd be cooler if it wasn't. You know, some type of mine match. I'd do it in a cave. That'd be kind of badass.
Dude, we got some old abandoned mines here in Monongah. We're have to do that. Do a coal mine match.
Monongah sucks. I don't want to go
back. I'm not going to debate it, bro.
The place is nasty.
Kiss my ass, Monongah. Didn't come out to my show. Kiss my ass, Monongah. Well, no, like I say, you're doing well, Z. I'm glad you joined us. I wanted all my favorite people on here. I may give you hell sometimes, but I knew you could get on here and talk and rep the brand. What else you doing, man? It's hard to keep up with you. What are you doing this weekend?
So this weekend, I do studio show. We're doing a studio show for ACW on Sunday. Sunday we're doing that. Not sure how I'm wrestling yet, but that'll be like a YouTube thing in a couple weeks. Then the next weekend, Chicago is in the works. It's not set in stone yet, but we're going for like an EC3 seminar and then a possibility of doing a show later that night in Chicago. So I mainly want to go just to get a picture in front of the giant bean. I think that would be a cool Instagram post. You know what I mean?
There you go.
And then go to the PWT store too. That'd be kind of cool. Those are my 2 main goals going to Chicago. But then after that, I got to wrestle Tyler Rossfield, and then maybe back to Pittsburgh before that. So
damn, hell yeah, Z.
We're everywhere.
Good, man. Hitting up Chicago, and like I say, you've been on 880 a few times now, making your name.
Yeah, last night was number 4. It was number 4.
Nice, hell yeah. DD, what are you thinking over there?
Man, I'm just here soaking it all in. It's good to see you, Z. I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, you too. You too.
Getting the gang all back together.
Good to see the boys making moves.
Absolutely.
For sure. That's why I like him, Rossfield. Okay's at School of Morton. He's all kinds of random places. Yeah, man, watching all these guys spread their wings and just fly. It's good shit.
Dude, it's fun. It's fun seeing, like, because having, like, Marcus and I got our start in Pittsburgh. Like, that's we started in RSW, and then our first, like, journey out was the Pittsburgh area. So, like, we know all of those guys, but it's fun to see, like different sides, like, coming together and working together. It's really cool to see.
Agreed.
It's completely different. It's completely different territories. Like, the way the crowds are, the way like everybody works, like it's all completely different between the two places, like night and day.
Yeah, Pittsburgh got some dope crowds, and then
They're rowdy, man. They're rowdy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was afraid I was gonna get shanked last night. Some dude stepped up to me, and I was low key kind of scared, but I was like trying to put on this tough act, and I was like, I'm gonna kick your ass, dude. I was like, this dude's about to shake me any second. I better back up. Like, but yeah, it's always a fun time up there. They're crazy, and the little 8-year-olds in the crowd flipping us off. Like, I'm like, dude, you haven't even learned your times tables yet. What are we doing here? Like, it's
I mean, to be fair, have you?
That's why I'm a wrestler, dude.
He started training at like 12 or something. So
13.
There goes the education.
13. Yeah,
13.
I started training 13, and
damn,
I got a certification in HVAC, but I'm better at wrestling than I am at fixing AC units. So,
but you do have a backup. Good on you.
I have it.
Right.
I have it. I have
Good
the piece
luck.
of paper that says that I know how to do it, but it's about all it's
it
good
counts for something. It'll come
Right.
in handy if you need it.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, speaking of young guns, let's see if we can go 5 for 5 here. Let's see if everybody joined us. Is he waiting? I'll be damned. He's there. His camera's there. I don't know if he is, but there he is. That's right. I told you I was getting all the best. He might be sideways as hell, but that's muscles. I swear to God it is. There he is. He's upside down now. He's really flipping the script.
I'm here to chew bubblegum and drink piss, and I'm all out of piss.
Whoa. You're upside down and drinking piss this evening, huh?
I said I'm out of piss.
Oh.
I was chewing bubblegum.
I blame Baker.
You look like a bat.
I blame Obama.
The game has changed. Thank you for joining us, Muscles. How we doing, good sir?
Not too bad. How's everybody doing?
I think we're well. I think we are well. What's the name of the book again? Let's plug the book.
The Untold Truth. It's about
I should know by now.
Yeah, come on, Spooky. We've been over this. Well,
I
that
wanted
was
you to
a whole
say it.
half-hour conversation we had the first time. What are you talking about, Willis?
Listen,
He wrote a book, Phil Stamper.
I was aware he wrote a book.
I had that book in a tote in my house somewhere, and I've never read it.
Also working on a book, I believe.
Does he give tips on how to get a haircut?
No.
I don't know if you're talking to him or me, but either one of us. Like,
Dakota.
Yeah.
No, your hair is
Dude, I've had the same haircut for like
Sorry,
7
Z.
years.
Your mom left last night, so I couldn't fix it in time.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. That's okay.
And legit, nobody knew who else was on this podcast. So I would like to take credit for that concept while we're talking shit back and forth. Believe me, I'm going to mix it up worse than this going down the road. I'm going to start
like a
some
mystery
shit.
vortex of podcast.
Yeah.
Never know who's going to pop up.
Yeah, I figured on the first one back, kind of keep it close to home, you know, somebody we can trust, but we'll get crazy down the road.
How many more do we have popping in?
This is it. This is us.
Oh, okay, this is it.
We
All right, cool.
We had 2 others, but you know what? One did tell me they weren't going to, but one didn't. So
we might have a random run in.
I doubt it. I think, man, we'll leave it be. Dakota, what you been into, Bubby? We're talking craziness. You seen any craziness in wrestling lately?
Craziness other than the death-defying moves in AEW on the occasional highlights. That's about it.
Damn, AEW getting all kinds of love on the
Very.
episode.
What's everybody else's take on every wrestling going on nowadays?
We're all loving it's Mania season, like in the WWE.
Of course, everybody likes the WWE. It's the natural law, unfortunately.
Not true. Not true. I fall off for years at a time.
Years at a time.
Years,
I've never done years.
literally.
I've done a couple weeks before.
Like I'll come back
years.
and watch. I'll watch Mania whether I've caught up on everything or not. Just because I feel like if, like, as a wrestler, like, it's sacrilege if you don't watch WrestleMania.
Right. At least got to watch it that one year.
Just to say that I did, so I know what's going on Facebook the next day. But
there you go.
It's been a minute.
Muscles, you ready for Philly, baby? You ready to make your Philly debut on Thriller TV with New Jack's cousin?
It's gonna be an experience, and I'm appreciative of Mark
Super
and
Gorillas Wrestling
for offering me
the promotion.
I'm excited for you, bro.
That's a name and a half. What the?
Yeah, dude.
It's New Jack's cousin, bro. That's how he does shit. That's how he runs it.
That is how he runs it.
There's going to be some rapping during your match. You're going to love it.
Probably. Whoever's in the main will absolutely have their match interrupted by a rap concert.
Muscles, you're having a really good match. Like, it's flowing. It's going well. You're like, man, this is an awesome match for my first match in Philly. And a random rap concert breaks out right when you're really hitting your groove. What do you do?
Right in the middle of the double down, bro.
I guess it just depends on which side of the fence I'm on. If I'm, if I'm meant to piss people off, I'll just get interrupted, like act like I'm joining in, and then just like cancel something, just start beating them up. I don't know. I'll just try
are there.
on the fly.
Or
I just jump in and dance anyways, like a awkward ass white boy that I am.
Okay. Gen Z, let's test you. What would you do in that scenario?
Okay, so I'm wrestling at the moment, and then they start rapping.
Yeah, and it's right beside the ring. I even heard they got in the ring at one point.
Bro,
I know they were around the ring.
I can't rap, but I would go up there and start rapping with them just for the hell of it, Like, screw the match. Like, we'll just let it go to like a time limit.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're saying screw the match too. So.
Yeah, dude, I'm leaving. I'm gonna be up there rapping, and I'm too white for all of that. But it's gonna be fun for me. Everybody else is gonna hate it, and then Tim might fire me. So,
or New Jack's cousin may fire you.
Or New Jack's cousin. What? Is it really New Jack's cousin?
I don't know. And how are you gonna find out?
That's part of the fun.
Yeah, New Jack's gone. You can't ask New Jack. This dude knows what he's doing.
It makes for a better story if I believe it's true.
That's kind of the way in wrestling. I'll believe it's true. It's way better that way. All right, well, we figured it. Phil Stamper, should there be live rap concerts during a wrestling match?
During the actual match? Oh, God.
Let alone them getting in the ring while you're doing your shit.
Swear to God, during the double down, bro.
Which reminds me of a horrible story about one of my very first shows I ever worked as a wrestler. Was a bar show in Leominster, Massachusetts. Oof. And while it was on, there was a pay-per-view on. So like,
oh no!
At one point, I can't remember what I hit on the opponent, and I hear a big pop. I'm like, yes, great react. They're watching that pay-per-view.
That's wild.
I was so mad. I look at the promoter because Scotty Too Hot, he hit a worm on the pay-per-view. And here's the promoter over in the corner going, W-O-R. What are you doing? He's like, I'm sorry, Phil, in the middle of my match.
Oh my God. So it can get worse.
It can't get worse.
Wow. What is the worst, Phil?
The worst is this is not against any genre of music, but the metal shows where it's like, we're going to have a match. We're going to have one band that takes 45 minutes to set up. We're going to play 2 or 3 songs to take 40 minutes to break down, to have another match for the next band to come up to take 40 minutes to set. What the hell are you doing? No, God.
Sounds like Fuzzfest.
Right.
I was gonna say.
I forgot about Fuzz Fest. Actually, I was thinking. But yeah, that too. At least we got a couple of matches at a time at Fuzz Fest.
Yeah,
Like,
right?
dude, that wasn't always that way. That wasn't always that way.
Gotcha. But my favorite, more recent one, and it was rap. So at SPO, it's a company that's an affiliate, runs at Harrah's Casino. Actually, they're coming back April 27th. Their last event, they have a rapper named Lavari bring out a tag team called Postgame. Postgame or Faces. Supposed to love Postgame. And Lavari, I don't even know what he said, but the crowd hated on him instantly. So it's like, well, we're gonna do an on the spot change. Postgame was no longer the faces of that match.
Oh wow.
And he didn't know. He had like no clue. He's like, I'm just doing my thing. Lavari just broke like the top 10 in the UK on Apple Music. So
Oh really?
yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, oh, this guy's weird. Oh, wait a minute. He's like might actually be like a legit star. This is awesome.
Okay. How about that? I'll be damned. You never know. All right, I did come with a prepared topic, gentlemen. I think it's a good one. I thought of it, and I said for this return episode, I want to have something for everybody. We can get some good, solid opinions, folks. When does paying dues? When does it quit being paying dues and becoming free labor? Where do you draw the line? When's too much? Too much? Whatever. I'll start with you, Phil. What do you think?
That's a hard question. Because now there seems to be a little bit more of a spin towards it should never be free. In a lot of places, like they're even paying some of their young boys, even if it's $10-$20 a plate of food, like something. I'm like, okay. I in one way I really like that. The other way, like, damn it, like no, right. Earn it. You got to earn that. I had a conversation with Sammy Callahan the other day, and he was angry at somebody. He was like, and I told him in my first 10 years, I never got paid for trans. What are you talking about? You want trans being a year in, like,
okay.
And so like, I think it's just a different generation. It's a different way to look at it. So I think in some pockets you're seeing pay a little bit sooner. I would say after your first 2 years, you need to like, okay. But at the same time, like, you're going to get those tryout opportunities that sometimes you need to. And even when you get signed at NXT, like, you're expected to help set up the ring at some of their venues. So
okay. That's NXT too,
Right. And you're being paid. You're being paid.
DD Vice, I'm sure you got plenty to say on this. What you got?
I really think it depends on the scenario. Like, obviously, like, if a promoter comes to you and wants to book you, then they're paying you for a service. So therefore, I don't think you should be. If you want to help set up and get, I mean, that's cool, but I don't think it should be required. But like, if you're obviously trying to get a job there, like, helping out is going to be your way in. So I think it depends on the situation.
All right, let's say you help out and you get in. Do you quit helping out? Like, you kind of shown, like, I'll help. So how do you stop helping?
That's a good question. I mean, I guess once you're, I don't know. I don't know how to answer that question. I
promise you, they'll notice. They'll know.
Right. I mean, obviously, if you're there, like, if you got there through helping out, you should probably help out until at least you've made your mark there. Like,
until you're
made
a champion.
I mean, yeah. Obviously, I think that's
okay.
I think that's kind of where you see it. Like,
well, if you get the belt early,
and then obviously you've earned it. And I mean, you never see Hogan putting rings up,
right? Okay. Muscles, what do you think?
I think it just all shows initiative, and especially whenever you're first, there's certain aspects and certain ways, kind of what Dee Dee was saying, where it's like maybe you don't you pay attention to the surroundings. You notice like, oh, hey, there's a bunch of young guns here now. If you're 5 years in, there's a bunch of young guns here now. They got the ring handled. Maybe I can help tear down tables or help like tear down curtains or so. You find other ways to help out and lend a hand. So then that way you're always showing like, hey, like you welcome me in or you bring me in. I'm doing and showing my appreciation, my gratitude by trying to help out and tear down in some aspects. That's all a thing. I don't know if it's true or not. That like Terry Funk was always helping, like even just putting chairs away, and it's like as long as you can contribute something to the art you help create, whether
Right on.
it's like actually applying the craft or help tearing down all the material needed to help appreciate everything.
Yeah,
But
man.
all
I
just
mean,
turns
if you want it to work, you're going to give it all you can, all the energy you got, and then some. Gen Z, I figure you'd be the guy to ask. Where's the line? What do you do,
Yeah, I
Gen
mean,
Z?
I always have like, I always try to help as much as I can, you know. If the promoter asks, hey, can you come at certain time to set up the ring? Sure, I'll stay late, tear it down, whatever. When you're first starting out, I think you should go to every show you can, set up, meet the promoter, shake hands, whatever, brother, brother. But always help out, even if you're selling concessions, helping merch tables, whatever else, grabbing entrance gear from the ring, whatever. But there's also a line between paying dues and helping out, and then eventually being taken advantage of. My 5 years, I've had a little bit of both, you know? And just recently, I've started pulling back and realizing, hey, I need to stop going here because all they're doing is using me, taking advantage of my help, and not wanting to help me at all. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
But there's so many places that's given me the opportunities by just coming and helping set up and do all the other stuff. And then there's other companies where I've been going to this promotion as a fan. I used to go to this promotion and buy a ticket, and then I got into the business and I've been setting up the ring. I've been selling concessions, helping with merch tables, helping with some of the names and stuff, and I get nothing in return. You know what I mean? And it's been 5 years of this. So I've just kind of been pulling back, like, all right, they're just trying to take advantage of my kindness and me just trying to help and be the bigger person and trying to get my name out there. So if you're getting something in return, sure, go as much as you can. Go help, whatever. But after a while, and they just keep pushing you to the side, but they keep asking you to come help, but you get nothing in return, back up. Because at that point, it's just a waste of your time when you could honestly go somewhere else who appreciates you more
Hmm.
and get better results and not be taken advantage of. So, but that's everywhere. It's not just here. I won't name any names, but it happens, you know.
Mhm.
Shucks.
So there's always a line between.
Oh, for sure. Oh, yeah. Good looks. Gentlemen, I've been talking about how the podcast is evolving. I think in wrestling, you always need to evolve. I think we can all agree on that. So I was thinking, what are we trying to do to evolve this year? I'll start with you, Phil. What can a wrestler do to evolve his character? What are you doing personally to evolve in 2025?
Um, we're in the digital age, and so you have to think about there's platforms that won't allow you to play copyright music. So, finding ways to get your own music made, royalty free music, something like that, that still covers who you are, but put yourself in the driver's seat of finding the music that fits you. Because I've worked at places that are like, oh, what, you didn't know that we do it this way? So we're gonna pick random music for you, and it's, oh, we have this one song that every good guy gets, and this one song that every bad guy gets.
Okay.
And that's what they roll with. And it's like, so
Ooh.
beat that curve. Um, you know, we should be years beyond the, you need gear kid conversation.
Right.
But now it's like, and you need your own music conversation too. I think that's a thing that we're already past. Like, I think people should have already been on that boat, but a lot of people are realizing it and learning it now.
I'm all for it. Yeah, I am a big yeah. Let's get some custom music for everybody. DD Vice, what are you doing to evolve?
We're getting some new states under our belt. We're reaching out. Last year was kind of a slow year for Saturday Night Special. We kind of stuck to the same old places, got comfortable. So we're kind of getting out of our comfort zone. Like we're going back to Philly And then next month we're going down to Virginia. We're working at POR.
Hell yeah.
Super stoked for that. Just trying to network in some new places.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you could argue that you guys were digging your heels in here to set up the deathmatch scene in Morgantown. So.
Definitely made some moves there. I feel like one of the actually, dude that I worked the match at Mark's birthday told me that one of the platforms that he uploaded one of our videos to was at like 350,000 views.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think that many people have seen me, and I'm pretty sure it's where I stabbed a fork in the top of his head.
Nice.
So
hell yeah. Yeah, that got some coverage, man. Hell,
yeah.
even my chair shot's got like 10,000. I'm happy with that. So
all of those, anytime those POR guys are involved in anything, it gets like crazy stupid views.
I know. I'm all for it. Rightfully so. It's crazy shit.
But what's really funny about that, I don't know if I should say, like, we're supposed to say anything yet, but we're actually booked against a team that we worked a whole bunch of times up in Johnstown, and we were supposed to take the titles from them at one point, but like they would never show up at the same time.
Okay.
Like, it was a tag team that never showed up at the same time. But it's the Grapple Vices.
Okay.
So this is like a big death match, like stunt show place, and like I'm pretty sure like we're the only wrestling match on the card, and I'm super excited for it.
How cool!
Like, their crowds are fucking wild.
Nice. Okay, that's a scoop. Good looks. Hell yeah, I'm excited. Muscles, what are you doing to evolve?
Just hopefully expanding, especially after this Philly trip. Like, I'm gonna try and reach out to other people and like before, well, get my stuff oriented so I know what to properly send and communicate to people, just to try and get my foot indoors and other places, no matter what it is. Try and I've always wanted to learn commentary too. So if I just help out any way I can, going back to the earlier topic, like I'll show up and take pictures to help out if that means getting my foot in the door. Like, I'll come in, just be ring crew, just whatever I can to just start actually networking and evolving my character to eventually get to where I want to be.
Muscles can take some good photos too. I'll testify to that. So that's a good sell right there. I like it. I want to put it out there. I pitched and it never happened. I thought Muscles should have a cardboard cutout of his initials, and whenever he laid somebody out, he put those initials next to him on the mat, and he took a picture. But that's me. It never happened. Gen Z, what are you doing to evolve?
I've been working on trying to grow my social medias and stuff. Just try to get more engagement, more views, more people to see it, more followers, all that fun stuff. As a Gen Z, I hate social media. I like being on social media. I like scrolling through, whatever. I hate trying to post and try to get the engagement. I hate it because it's so aggravating. Because like you'll do so good on this post, and then you'll post something that you think is gonna do really good, and you get like 300 views. And then this one you get like 10,000 and something completely random that you didn't think was going to do anything, just trying to grow socials. I want to get back in the gym more. 2024, I started kind of doing that. I'm down 40 pounds now from when I graduated high school last summer.
Nice.
So I'd like to at least hit the 200 mark. I'd like to get out and network more, travel more, wrestle new places. Last year we got to network at Revolver, which was a lot of fun. I'd like to hit up Revolver some more. I'd like to go to DPW in North Carolina, Deadlock. I also want to go to GCW. Still trying to figure that one out, but might just show up to one and see what happens.
There you go.
Get more gear. I love getting new gear in. I love trying to have some of the best gear around. JCJ Gear on Instagram is one of the best gear makers out there. I love his stuff. So as the money rolls in, I'm just gonna keep putting it towards gear and the look. That's really about it. Trying to grow my brand, I guess.
I dig it. That gives me a decent segue. Does anybody else have any gear scammer stories? I see old Beastman finally got his gear. I was so happy for him. Anybody know any gear scammers they want to shout out?
Bro, I can't even remember the dude's name. His name's like Christian something. And he made our black and pink SNS gear, and it just always the excuses like he was working too much or his equipment stopped working. And eventually Mark was the one dealing with him. He's just like, you know what, man? He's like, you've got a week to get me my gear, my money back, or I'm blasting you online. He's like, I'll go and tell, because the dude was working for Ricky Morton. He's like, I'll message Ricky Morton my fucking self. Let him know that you're a piece of shit.
Good.
Mark
Phil,
is like the funniest fucking person when it comes to gear.
Or pissed off.
Oh my god, he's petty. He's petty.
Believe me, I know. I seen some Facebook posts and some Twitter posts last year. Good stuff. Phil, you got to know some gear scam stories. You got to see this happen.
Josh Cody, don't get anything from him for a while.
Okay.
I don't know if he's still working with High Spots or not. For a while he was. And I was like, how did he get a job after he scammed all these people? Years ago, he scammed me. He was going to make gear for me, and I had a full Doink costume. I never wore it because it was a little too small for me. And he wanted it. So I was like, okay, here's the deal. Never made the gear. Still don't have it to this day. And I remember I think it was Crash Jackson was waiting for gear. It was from High Spots. And I was like, that's weird that they're so behind. And then he's like, yeah, I've been talking with the gear maker. His name's Josh Cody. Oh no. Like that dude scams it. Seems like he scams everybody.
Well, he's got the record. Well, good. I'm glad we got the name out there. Muscles, have you ran into any scammers? If not any scammers, any weirdos? There's a lot of weirdo fans recently. I'm sure you got something. You're an attractive, muscular guy. Come on.
Kind of the territory for RSW. So, but like weird is my people, so I'm pretty tolerable to weird people.
Oh, but same. But like, you know what I mean. The weird ones.
Oh yeah, the strange ones. Yeah.
Yeah, because we was talking about gear and the way my mind works. I was thinking of the weirdos that buy the used gear and the sponsor guys and the number one fan and booze and all that bullshit.
I never understand why people want to buy like signed used gear from some just top level guy. I mean, hey, that's.
I mean, I probably would from like Onita or something. Like even with his blood, I'm that weird. But I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about.
It's for a whole different reason than just having something cool in your office or something. It's a whole different ballgame.
When young baby Phil's wrestling, I had like a singlet. I have a signed Colt Cabana singlet. And I was like, oh, that's good, like good memorabilia. And then I got educated on like, you know, that's creepy, right? I was like, oh, I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, it's like it hits you later. Believe me, I've had my moments. Gen Z, any scammers, weirdos? Come on, give me something.
Not really. I mean, I've had messages from the fake accounts being like, "Hey, you want to buy this gear? I can make custom gear for $100." I mean, I'll message them back and mess with them for like not an hour or so, but I never follow through with it. I have my guys. I know who makes good gear, and I don't really go outside of those few couple people. So kind of loyal to my gear makers.
I dig it. All right, fellas. Well, we've done an hour. We're back. I appreciate the hell out of y'all's help. I'll give each chance to make a closing statement, pimp your shows and your merch and whatever. You know how we do. We'll start with the main man, the president, Phil Stamper. What do you want to leave us with, Phil?
I made a post the other day about being a good utility player. A little bit of what we talked about today, like, you know, the guy who's, you know, you're always guy or gal who's always willing to help. And sometimes gets overlooked because of the people who are the like, how do I word this? They complain about everything or they whine about wanting this particular spot. And if they don't get it, stomp, temper tantrum. And for some reason, that person seems to get the attention and fed. and then eventually the person, I think I was using the name Randy, the person that is your utility player is like, well, there's no purpose of me being here then if I'm not going to get an opportunity because you're feeding all the people that are the whiners and the stompers. Like, maybe, okay, go ahead. And how many of those whiners and stompers are you going to go through before you realize you need more Randys?
Yeah.
Be a
Very
Randy.
good point. I like it. That's a good way. Okay, I dig it. DD Vice, what do you think? What's going on in DD Vice's life? What do you think?
Definitely getting some new merch out. That's a big. Got a few T-shirt designs out. Got a few more coming. I've learned a few new things. I'm not gonna delve into, but merch game's going up a little bit.
Okay.
If you want anything from myself or Saturday Night Special, you hit up Merch Girl Designs. She makes everything. You can put it on a T-shirt. You can put it on a koozie, on a hat. She's the boss.
Merch game, baby. Oh yeah, DD Vice. Appreciate you joining me. Any suggestions for this podcast? What we do going forward? What do you think?
I mean, you're switching it up. You're getting some music people on here, so you're getting yourself a different audience. So, see where that takes you. If I think of anything, I'll send it your way.
We'll be in touch.
Have my people call your people.
Fuck yeah. I look forward to it. Muscles, what's on your mind? What you want to put out there? I appreciate the hell out of you, my man. What you got to say?
Appreciate you bringing me on here. The Untold Truth on Amazon. If you like books, read it. If you think it'd be a good coaster, use it for that too. I don't care, just buy the book. But also going to what Dee Dee said for the music thing, I know a few people that if whenever you need it a day, I can kind of be the middleman just to introduce you guys. So then, because one of them is like a midnight guy, so if he's ever like sleeping or something, I can just send a message his way just to try and get the ball rolling for you if you decide to ever do anything with him.
No, good looks. Thank you.
Outside of that, I'm just looking to try and also up my merch game a little bit, just trying to get back into at least like shirts, but I'm planning on printing off a plethora of pictures and I'm going to sell those
There you
of
go.
old
They do
RSW.
surprisingly well. Like I was actually, because I took a Sammy Callahan seminar through NeoPro. I've also taken Phil's seminar, and they're very similar. But they kind of very similar. But it drills a lot of the key points in. It makes sense because you guys work together. It makes sense that you would have similar seminars. But one of his big things was like print off pictures. He's like, I make so much fucking money from pictures.
Okay.
And they're cheap. There's places that you can get prints, like they'll give you free prints.
Exactly.
Like my wife always gets like free 4x6s, and I'll send her a promo picture and have her print off like 10 or 15.
Hell yeah.
No doubt.
So it's always a profit.
And back to the musical guest, before I forget, there's been a lot of confusion. Okay, this is the way a musical guest would work on this show. I would say, and now DD Vice and the Vice Kids, and then they play a song, and then they come and they could record it. We could stream it live in one of these little windows. But man, there was some confusion about that. I don't know why there's confusion. You would play a song on my show. Does that make sense to y'all?
Yeah.
Somebody was like, but I thought it was a wrestling podcast. I was like, I get where you're coming from. A good point. But so, Gen Z, you got any final words, some closing statements?
Like I said, trying to grow my socials. Go follow all my social medias.
What
They're
are
all
they?
at real_Gen_Z, TikTok, Instagram, X. I don't use X, but go follow me anyway. Facebook, YouTube. I think that's it. I got merch on prowrestlingtees.com/Gen Z, or at every show you'll see me at. I just got brand new trucker hats in too. So make sure and pick one of those up. And then April 26th in Winfield, come watch me drop Tyler Rossford on his head and defend and keep my BGW Warfare Championship.
I love it. Well, I appreciate the hell out of you, gentlemen. I think we're back in a big way. Oh, man, the next one, we're going to have 4, 5, 6, 7 more surprises, a musical guest, match of the week, all kinds of new stuff. So treat each other with kindness and respect. Go out there and live your dreams. Don't take no shit from nobody. It's Mania season, baby. Get crazy. Go support independent wrestling. We love you. We'll see you on the next one.